Haisim Hassan is travelling to the UK today for his Celtic medical, and the signing looks very close to being done. A former Rangers man has completely changed his title prediction after just 2 games of the new season. There is a fresh update on the Mika Biereth midfield pursuit. Celtic have effectively been priced out of one of their other transfer targets, and there is a big update on away ticket allocations for the Glasgow derby this season. Huge morning. Let's get into it. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Andy Halliday has completely U-turned on his Scottish Premiership title prediction after just 2 games of the new season, and now believes Celtic will be lifting the trophy come May. The former Rangers midfielder had gone on record just weeks ago backing his old club to reclaim the title while predicting a difficult campaign for Martin O'Neill's Celtic. His reasoning at the time was that Rangers would spend heavily and that Celtic would lose several key players. 2 games in, that picture has not played out the way he expected at all. Rangers have taken just 1 point from their opening 2 league matches. A draw away to Dundee United was followed by a damaging 2-1 defeat at home to Hibs on Sunday. Derek McInnes is already facing questions after a poor start. Celtic, meanwhile, have been ruthless. After a narrow opening night win over Dundee, they were transformed at Rugby Park, smashing 5 past Kilmarnock with Casper Hoe scoring a hat-trick and Benjamin Nygren and Luke McCowan also getting on the scoresheet. Speaking on BBC Sports Scene, Halliday admitted his original prediction had fallen apart. He said, "I think Celtic will win the league. I actually predicted Rangers to win the league. My reason for that was, at that point in time, I said, I think Rangers will still spend about 15 to 20 million pounds worth of players. And I think Celtic will lose a lot of key players. In that short space of time, the only one who has left is Maeda. I thought Engels, Nygren, and Alistair Johnston. I thought these players would be away at that point in time." He added, "I look at Casper Hoe, I look at Camilo Duran. They might have only made 2 signings at Celtic, but 2 of them look like they have improved them, whereas Rangers have made 9 now. Other than 1 or 2, I am not sure it's an improvement from last year. Rangers spent big. Celtic spent smart. After 2 games, the results are already telling the story." Now for the main story, as Haisim Hassan is set to travel to the UK today and undergo his Celtic medical, with the transfer from Real Oviedo now in its final stages. Celtic News understands the deal is almost done, with sources close to Oviedo confirming that Hassan is expected to be in the UK today. The 24-year-old has been waiting for permission to make the journey, while Celtic and Oviedo completed the final parts of the agreement. The transfer is understood to be worth around £6 million, with performance-related add-ons that could take the total package closer to £8.5 million. Hassan agreed personal terms on a 4-year contract some time ago and has been keen on the move throughout the entire process. Oviedo left him out of their recent squad against Le Havre with no injury behind his absence, a clear sign of where things were heading. There is also an important financial detail to note. Villarreal are due to receive around €2.4 million from the deal, after they retained a 40% stake in Hassan when he originally moved from them to Real Oviedo. That is a pre-agreed sell-on clause that kicks in automatically. Celtic News is careful to add a note of caution. Until the medical is completed and the paperwork is fully signed, no transfer can be considered absolutely done. But barring any unexpected problem, Hassan should be a Celtic player imminently, ahead of Thursday's Champions League squad deadline and the LASK playoff on the 19th of August. The winger represented Egypt at the World Cup in America this summer and played in La Liga last season. Celtic have been working on this deal for weeks. It is almost over the line. In other news, Celtic's pursuit of German midfielder Mika Biereth has hit a delay, but the club have not walked away from the deal and their interest remains firmly active. Bauer is a 22-year-old German under-21 international who plays for Paderborn in the second division of German football. Celtic have been tracking him for some time and are looking to strengthen their midfield options, particularly with Arne Engels potentially moving on before the window closes. Personal terms are already understood to have been agreed with Bauer, which removes one of the major obstacles in any transfer. The problem is on the club-to-club side. Paderborn are taking a firm position over the fee despite the fact that Barr is entering the final year of his contract. A club holding a player in the last year of a deal and still demanding a high fee is not unusual, but it does give Celtic a difficult decision. Paderborn's stance appears to be that they would rather keep Bauer for the coming season than sell at a price they consider too low. That creates a risk for both sides. If Bauer runs down his deal, Paderborn get nothing next summer, but Celtic would then potentially be able to sign him on a free. For now, Celtic are holding their position and continuing to monitor the situation rather than simply walking away. In other news, Celtic's chances of signing Ghedjemis now look very slim after a major shift in the winger's valuation. Frosinone are now understood to be demanding around £18 million for the 23-year-old Algerian, a figure that places the deal firmly out of Celtic's realistic reach given where their summer spending currently sits. Ghedjemis had an outstanding season in Serie B, scoring 15 goals and winning the division's Player of the Season award. Frosinone's promotion to Serie A has now strengthened their negotiating position considerably. They are under no pressure to sell and can hold firm at a valuation that reflects what the player delivered for them last season. The scale of the increase in his value is striking. Frosinone reportedly paid Rouen around £200,000 for Ghedjemis 2 years ago. They are now demanding £18 million. Monaco have reportedly made an offer of around £6 million plus add-ons and had it rejected. Rangers also made an approach and were turned away. For Celtic, Martin O'Neill had confirmed a strong interest in the player. But with Hassan now closing in on a deal, and with Sean Maloney having previously indicated that one right-sided winger might be all they need if they keep their current group, the Ghedjemis route now looks effectively closed. £18 million is simply not happening. Celtic will move on. Lastly, there has been a significant update on away ticket allocations for the Glasgow derby this season, with Rangers making their position clear on how many Celtic supporters they are prepared to accommodate at Ibrox. Rangers chairman Andrew Kavanagh addressed the issue at the club's recent shareholder meeting, and his comments leave little doubt about where the Ibrox club stands. He said, "We explained our position about the risk, but ultimately it was overridden and resulted in Celtic being given the full Broom loan. To be clear, the 2,500 allocation is what we believe is workable going forward. That figure represents a significant improvement on where things were not long ago." Rangers had previously reduced Celtic's allocation at Ibrox to as low as around 700 tickets, and on some occasions provided no away allocation at all. The move towards 2,500 last season was a step in the right direction. However, what Kavanagh's comments also make clear is that the full Broom loan stand allocation used for the Scottish Cup quarter-final in March. That's all the latest Celtic news for today. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Hail, hail.